Well, hi, Hoppos. I promised in the Friday news that I was going to be speaking to Michael Barrett later on today, and we're talking about the Veterans Game, which you've seen publicised inside the house, Sunday the 7th of May, 1 o'clock down in Crowborough. It's not enough to just put that up in the house. I want to know why. I want to know what's driving this. Michael, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Veterans Game. Come on, it's your brainchild. What's driven it? What's brought it to fruition?
So I think opportunity first and foremost. So I think the best place to start is the start, isn't it? So I joined Crowborough Athletic a year and a half ago as the club secretary. We're a Step 5 non-league football club. So for those that don't know what Step 5 means, which I didn't a year and a half ago, we're the 9th tier of English football. So you have your Premier League, Championship, League 1, 2, Conference leagues, then your Isthmian leagues, and then there's us. So we're clearly a small local community club, but we do have FA Cup entries, which is really cool early in the season to go into the qualifying rounds. We play a decent standard of football and we've got a nice little stadium. So this is where opportunity comes in. I've known Phoenix Heroes for pretty much since their inception about 5 years ago, maybe just over now. And it just sort of sprung into my head one day, and I was talking to Gary and Sue Stockton, the founders of Phoenix Heroes, husband and wife combo, the dream team. And we were just sort of talking. It's like, well, I've got a football stadium. Why don't we do something? To give a bit of background on Phoenix Heroes, PTSD, mental health is at the forefront of everything that they do. They do some work around the homeless side of things as well. But the way that they do it and operate is to build a community. And that's clearly, as veterans, it's really, really important to have oppos that are, like-minded, maybe had similar experiences, maybe even just have that little bit of extra empathy to people in civilian world. So they have mainly around fishing community, but also they have, I think it's called Hawk Farm, that they go and have day trips, and they try and reconnect veterans with their families as well. So it's a massive part of that, which clearly that's, I really admire everything that they do. The money goes straight out to support veterans. They can help with the PTSD therapy. They have qualified therapists and things like that. So the Veterans Game, and sorry if I'm waffling, the Veterans Game, I've got a stadium, you've got a community. Why don't we try and fundraise, and why don't we be outrageous with it? Why don't we, let's say that we're going to raise 10 grand. If we don't do it and we raise 1,000, we've still raised £1,000 for a great cause. But always shoot for the moon. We've got everyone that's playing in the game. So there's obviously about 30 mixed genders as well. I think the last I heard on the team sheets, we've got 3 ladies veterans that are playing. Everyone that you will see at that game, barring myself, is connected to Phoenix Heroes, whether they've had support or if they're working on behalf of Phoenix Heroes, maybe as fishing coaches or mentors.
Now, let me just jump in for a second there,
yeah,
because that's great for us to understand. But I think more importantly, what you're highlighting there is you talk about community, veteran community. You don't have to serve together. You've got a common cause. You've been affected by, you've benefited from, or you know someone who's benefited from the charity. In terms of how you've gone and found people, or how they've come and found you, what's that been like in terms of trying to get people interested? Is it very locally centric? Have you gone to people that just in that area, or have you pulled in people from far and wide?
So I've left this to Phoenix Heroes, and again, that tagline is that it's people connected directly with the Phoenix Heroes community that are about 500 strong, and it's nationwide. So we have people coming down from Liverpool, Newcastle to come and play in the event. Self-funded, I might add. So yeah, please, if for nothing else, make the journey yourself to support them making that journey. But everything is around helping Phoenix Heroes and fundraising for them and utilising their community to help others in that community.
Now, really important, we've got certain issues which affect our community, and sadly, when people sort of drop a little bit, there are agencies there that step in, but not necessarily the big government agencies. These are driven by someone. Talk to me a little bit about Phoenix Heroes and the two people you've mentioned there, Kate and Gary, behind it. What's your, if you were explaining to me about their drive and that, well, tell me a little bit about them.
Yeah, so Gary himself is a veteran of the Royal Logistics Corps. One of the funniest guys you'll meet. He's got a story for everything, and I'm sure he'll thank me later when, if anyone meets Gary, comes to the Veterans Game and meets Gary, ask the bouncing bomb story, and he'll know which one it is. It's hilarious. It gets me every time. So being a veteran himself, of course, the community means everything to him. And his wife, Sue, I won't say how long they've been married because I don't know, but she has been with him on that journey from, as far as I'm aware, the very start. And so is very much integrated with the armed forces community, although she hasn't served herself, but she's from a care background. So she, loves people. Both of them very, very talkative, and they just care. That's all I can really say to sum them up in one word.
Fantastic. Now, tell me a little bit about the two teams. How have we concocted these teams? Are we? Is this an all-star game, or is this, if you've ever put boots on, it might have been in your school days, you're kind of pulling them back on? How serious are we talking here?
It's. I'm going to say it's not serious, but let's face it. On the day, we've got two fantastic kits that you might have seen already, sort of banded about on the social media posts. Of course, this is the first one, so we don't have pictures of people running around in the kits. I think it's fair that we're veterans. We're not necessarily spring chickens. We might have one or two of the younger veteran generation. I'm 36, so hopefully I can still run about. But
merely a boy, Michael. Merely a boy.
I don't feel it anymore. I've been out for 8 years myself now, so I'm not what I used to be. But no, it's around getting people together. There'll be a laugh, there'll be beers flowing after. I hope that the game is played with the right spirit and that it's done in a friendly way. But yeah, as soon as you cross that line, the team and the other kit, they're in for a beating.
I'm pretty sure there's competitive element will come out as the day goes on. Just in terms of logistics for the day, look, it's King's Coronation weekend, so if you're fed up of watching the telly and you want to get out, want to bring the kids along as well, we're down at Crowborough Athletic. Am I right there? And it's a £5 entry fee. I'll post the link with this. We've already put that inside the house for Eventbrite to get your tickets. Down near Royal Tunbridge Wells, around that neck of the woods, if I remember rightly, with Crowborough. What else do we need to know about this event? I mean, it sounds to me like it's praying for good weather, bit of a gathering, a bit of fun. What else do we need to know for the Oppos?
Beer's competitively priced. I think that's the main one, isn't it? Should I just leave it there? There'll be food and drink available. Obviously, please, anyone that's listening, if you can get a ticket through Eventbrite instead of trying to turn up on the day, that means that we can make sure that we don't run out of burgers, sausages, etc. And obviously that's quite important, because if we think that we've only sold a couple of hundred tickets and 1,000 people turn up, then people will end up going without. So please try and buy your tickets in advance. Car parking, again, weather dependent. We should have a fair amount of parking. We have a bottom field that, again, with the weather, we can open up. But please, obviously, be respectful to our neighbours. And if there's no parking left on site, then some of the people in the classic high-vis will be able to point you to where to go that's a safe walking distance away.
Michael, two serious questions to finish one. First of all, you've mentioned your fifth step. You talked where you were in the league structure and what have you. Where do you come on the pie rating around the stadiums? Because I've heard, football pies and all that's very serious. Where are you in the league table when it comes to your pie at half time?
Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint you here. We don't have pies.
No.
I've shocked you. Serious questions just gone out the window.
Right, that's binned that one then straight away.
But what we do have is one of our suppliers and a sponsor of Crowborough Football Club, not of the event, but the sponsor of the football club, is Leopard's Family Butchers. And they provide high quality meats all the way through sort of the Crowborough area and sort of neighbouring towns and places, Mayfield, for example. They are the best burgers in the league. I've been to, as club secretary, pretty much every single game, home and away this season, and I've sampled plenty of burgers, which again, It's not going to help me in the game. But I can promise you, we've got fantastic burgers. As I say, competitively priced beer as well, £4.50 for just over a pint, because we serve it in the big bottles.
That's great to know. But on a very serious note, now to finish, Phoenix Heroes, we want to do the best we can for them over the fundraising side of the game.
Yeah.
People can check out the website. I'll stick the link on there. But fantastic cause. Listen, I hope you get a stack a load of people there. Terraces are crammed. Everyone with a burger and a pint. But Michael, thanks for coming on and just giving us a little bit of a background on the game, and hopefully we'll get some oppos down there to shake the rattle and wave a scarf. Yeah,
fingers crossed. And if you don't mind, just obviously the event couldn't happen without our sponsors. So to pick out a couple of the bigger ones, if you don't mind, eFocus Marketing, email marketing company based sort of southeast of London. They've donated generously. They're our headline sponsor and one of the kit sponsors. The other kit sponsor is Unmanned Air Veterans. Stu himself is a
Stu Logan, we've had on a podcast recently. Yep.
There we go. So you know Stu very well, ex-artillery, top guy. He's going to be doing some drone footage and things on the day as well. Very generously put in to make sure that we had obviously the 2 kits. And also, we've got New Era Fuels is the trophy sponsor, so they'll be presenting the trophy. Sean Molino, who you may have had on the podcast, he gets himself around in the veteran circuits from Forces Fitness and Veterans Awards. They paid for the website, so we've got 2 years with the website being up and running, which covers us into next year as well. And not forgetting the other sponsors, but we've got a few of them that I won't mention at the sort of lower scale, but all appreciated nevertheless, and it all contributes to hopefully what's going to be a great day, and hopefully we'll raise plenty of money for Phoenix Heroes.
Absolutely. And I must ask, who's sponsoring the match ball, Michael?
We've got, of course, JobOppo, are one of the match ball sponsors. There's a leading question there.
Sorry, that was about doorstep to you there, but no.
As I said, all very important. We couldn't do it without all of our sponsors, but there are actually too many to call out individually.
Absolutely. Michael Barrett, thanks very much for coming on and talking about the veterans game.
Thanks, Dominic.